guys? It's your boy, Honey, the he, she, the queen, Honey, Nancy, Jerica. Oh, I'm up and I should be asleep, but I'm still laying down, relaxing, doing my thing, girl. It's so sad because I ain't waking up to no hard, long, thick ass, juicy girl ass BBC girl. I want for my man to be a black king, honey. But that's beside the point. Tonight, I'm talking about masculine gays not being able to fag out. I've been seeing multiple videos about masculine men and them being oppressed about not being able to fag out. You know what I mean? Like, I've thought about it, but now that I really just think about it, as much as I talk about it, must be exhausting being a straight man because they supposed to be you know linear, or they're not able to express themselves or their femininity without being called a punk. You sassy, you zesty, you got sugar in your tank. And the mass presenting gays, they are passed as straight. They get the same thing. And we do to straight men, gay men what we do to straight men. And it's like they, are having to suppress the urge to explore, their femininity in senses, as if masculinity, is just, it's like we give power to toxic masculinity, whereas there's a such thing as healthy masculinity. And when they showed the healthy masculinity, we called it feminine or effeminate, and that's not fair. Like, a gay man should be able to, a masculine gay man should be able to twerk and, you know, say, ooh, boo boo child, honey, and snap his hands and all this type of shit and say bitch and all this type of stuff just like us. Because at the end of the day, what separates us is only masculine and feminine energy. Well, side for the side, the roles and, position and stuff like that. But y'all know what I mean, bitch. You ain't gotta be technical with every motherfucking thing, ho. But yeah, I mean, I want to talk about that more. Like, masculine gay men not being able to fag out. We put the same amount of pressure on masculine gay men that straight women do with straight men. And that goes in a cycle. And not enough people talk about it. Because I was watching King David and his panel of gorgeous, oh my goodness, gorgeous black men in all shades, different builds, all of them giving husband, life partner, definitely husband. All them four beautiful men, including King David, sitting up there talking about the plight of masculinity and all of them masculine. And some hating ass bitch will probably come up there and be like, huh, ain't none of y'all masculine, bitch. Including one of us, feminine gays, putting that type of pressure on a masculine man and seeing it as, you mean, girl, y'all just, girl, please. And I could smell it. It's something you could just sense on men. And it's different from what we're conditioned to believe masculine is, which is toxic. So them sitting up there talking about that, and I felt for my masculine brothers, and they wasn't excluding femininity at all. It's just they showed up as masculine presenting, and I was just listening to them talk about how their pressure in society, the one that really just sits down, One of our masculine gay brothers that's just sit down and not being able, in the gay club and not being able to get up and be amongst the other fays and twerk and, shake his booty on his hubby or whatever due to society and other LGBTQIA, people, putting the pressure on and decided for him what masculinity is to him. And it's sad because when you the fact will always remains that whether we're mask or film, we're still gay. He's still gay, you still gay, and it doesn't have anything to do with your position. You could be top, bottom, verse, reverse, bottom, verse, top. In either bitch, you're still gay. It's just how you express yourself. Are you effeminate? You feminine? I know we talk about femphobia a lot. Yeah, it may be such thing as mansphobia. I don't know. Who knows? But that we go on a cycle and put them on a pedestal in a sense, and I guess in a sense they gave that power to us, just like how I did on my live. Talk about black men in a barbershop and straight men, pretty much giving women the power to decide what a real man is to them. Masculine gay men have done the same thing to us, but I hope they ain't turning around blaming us, for uh, them giving us that power. At the end of the day, they gave it to us. But then at the same time, are we making it easier for them to express themselves? We have to sit down and be like, okay, he's still a gay man too, and it doesn't take away from you know him being, we didn't even get to the position. And it doesn't make him any less or any more gay. He's gay. Ain't too much gay. Ain't too less gay. Like I'd rather be too much and not and than not enough. So we have to sit down and have these conversations because they're important, especially in our community. Because how are we gonna? Community is just gonna be a word if we don't. Because at the end of the day, you want your friend, your partner, your husband to be comfortable with who he is around you, to be able to talk to you about that. You want to create that space because we'll be bringing the heteronormative ideology into our relationships, and that's a problem even for them. So for me, I always be like, keep that straight shit out of here, because we've already have enough trauma from earlier childhood that's in our um, adulthood that we carry, trying to heal from that, and we doing even more damage by having this idea of what love should be with the perspective of our hetero counterparts. And I'm not saying all, when they was talking about it on King David's Red Pill podcast about, about having these ideals and stuff like that of what love is supposed to be for the heteros. It's no head no shade, but it barely works for them. Now, if they don't have a problem with, if it works for them, okay, they have this look, okay. Nobody's talking about that, but the fact that we are different in that way is different. A woman and a man being together is different than a man and a man being together, because we both get to lead. We both not, if we okay with playing roles, okay. It's like it doesn't change your position. And like I've seen on X, formerly known as Twitter, posts talking about they hate how bottoms pretty much try to identify with their position, like make their whole position their life. And I understand they hate posts talking about as the bottom and all that type of stuff. I'm definitely guilty of that, but I'm like, mind your motherfucking business, bitch. But I guess as far as like being a bottom, like not doing or exploring it in a certain way because that will fit, like sexually or even roles or whatever what they feel like we what we feel like we should be or like they see us as or think we see ourselves as the woman. And I'm like, stop it, girl. Like, get into gay lingo. But they may have a point with some of us. We may not do certain things like maybe change the tire or watch the NFL or something like that. But I'm like, that could be like a preference, not just because of our ideas, because of heteronormatives. But, some of us do that. But me, I love to play off stereotypes sometimes or whatever. I ain't really got to explain. But we're here. So I understand what they mean by it, but it's like don't create phobia or shit putting shaming bottoms for their views on what they deem as a you know relationship for them. Like they have everybody have their own fairy tale, I guess. But I definitely understand. And there's I know coaches for that, like Lamont White, the gay dating coach, that talked about that on his podcast, asking bottoms, tops, positions about their traumas and why they won't explore certain things, and if it's linked to the trauma, you know, they may more open up sexually and do certain things like being a bottom. For a time, for me personally, I didn't think it was bottom like to get oral, to get head. And that was in my teens, my late teens and stuff like that. Before I even really, I was just really getting used to the terms, being called top, bottom, verse, and stuff like that. And I was just really getting used to that because I didn't even know how to, what a dish was at the time, and I didn't really have many gay friends to really lead me in the right direction, or any really gay family, or anything like that, and still don't have any gay family or whatever. But I could talk about that another time. But I wasn't really in the gay scene. It's not that I didn't want to be. It's just hell. I even had hard times with having straight friends. I just felt just misunderstood on every aspect of my life, and that was sad. Not really being able to have healthy bonds with people, and it wasn't my fault. I mean, I'm an authentic person. I've always been, whether I felt good, bad, or whatever. My feelings was on my sleeve. In a sense, I just carried it differently. I mean, I wasn't falling apart or whatever. Like other people would come to me and just fall apart. I was like, give me the human decency, bitch, to just act normal like you be acting in front of other people. But like I said in my other live, girl, um, black man in a barbershop. that live, yeah, definitely go check it out. I'm a promoting girl, but that pretty much give me the same energy, give me the same respect that I give you, to not really tell you certain things, not fall apart in front of me, act normal how you be acting on everybody else. But I'll talk about that damn later. But yes, us bottoms do that. Like we can't explore in a certain way. Not meaning we ain't being freaky or getting down like that or whatever, but certain things we deem as top like. And we don't want to lose our bottom title. Because if we're a strict bottom, like I'm a strict bottom, you may feel like there's certain things that you won't do because you don't want to be labeled a verse or a top. And it's a you thing. It's a you thing. And a lot of verses definitely feel have a problem with us bottoms because they feel like we're boring or feel like, you know, definitely just heavy on the boring for them. And they like, how are you gay and you don't verse? Like how? And I'm like, bitch, you was one of us at one point. Hell, you still bottom. It's just that you top two. So you should understand. That's why I be like, girl, hush. Hush. Okay? Because, I mean, they do have a valid point in certain areas. Like, just explore a little bit. It's okay. Because some of us may, have certain thoughts that equate to how women think about men, bisexual men, that them haven't had an experience with a man makes them gay or they lose their heterosexualness by having an experience, and it changes their changes is putting them placing them in a box, and you have to think about that like so I'm doing the same thing that straight men are doing, and I'm doing it to myself. We're doing this to ourselves. Like we ain't supposed to do this certain things or make this certain move. It's like be careful, like restrictions in the bedroom, and not fully enjoying ourselves. Now I get it. I get some things you just don't want to do just because it's not that deep. Like certain things that you may not want to do. Just like porn stars, girl. Certain things, certain like limits because you might hell some of them people don't think about porn stars having significant others. They do. They be like, oh girl, I already know you. I know you, and depending on how long they've been together, they may know their partner, or they may have told their partner the rules and regulations, and they definitely have to follow that because they're acting. But I digress. I ain't trying to get into all that. Or loop all of the stuff together. But you know what I mean. We do the same thing. And it's okay to have boundaries. That's important. Respecting boundaries, yes. But then in certain places, your husband that may be a top or verse, he may want to touch you. We don't want to touch you in a way. And want to feel you being like close to you because at the end of the day he's still a man, and the things that aren't said, said they can do sexually. We express our deepest affection as men through, I want to say making love, because making love and sex is not the same. They parallel, but they're not the same. So when you're making love to your partner, they want to pretty much give you all of them. And when that epic orgasm comes, all pun intended, that bond is sealed and definitely delivered. And you may want to just sit there and just hold your baby. You know what I mean? And for him to feel comfortable, and y'all really fully made love because it was no restrictions, and they get to feel like the man, and and y'all both didn't hold each other to what heteros deem as whatever. Y'all both holding each other because at the end of the day, y'all still men. Y'all both men, y'all both gay, and y'all loving each other for who y'all are. Y'all kissing, probably not just fantasy, but y'all kissing is intimate, is deep. And y'all have an understanding he gets to feel safe, you get to feel safe. Like it's wonderful. Like I feel like that's the main point of being with another man, You know, they to under for them to understand you want to feel safe too, you know, regardless of your positions. So I had to do my thinking. It's not that I didn't think like that. I didn't fully embrace it. Um, I mean, I always been more so open minded. Certain things I didn't think about at the time, but I did have certain thoughts of, because I was, like I said, I was in my late teens, still getting used to the terminologies. Like I said, of what top, bottom, verse was, and you know, I had my idea of what I wanted to do as a bottom, you know, and what I enjoyed to do to a top. At that time, I didn't really care about my own pleasure. I loved to pleasure, and it pleasured me pleasuring others. But then I started to grow, and, you know, in age and stuff like that. Just started thinking like, okay, I deserve to get pleasure too. Um, it would be one sided. A lot of bottoms experiences are is one sided, whereas the top or the verse is getting pleasure, but they don't really care to ask what we like. And this kind of equates to, you know, what some Marco was talking about. Girls need love. I did a list. I sung in my cover saying gays need love because we be so busy preparing our stuff and cleaning everything, you know, um, then damn near the next door neighbor's apartment to get ready for a top or verse to come over, and they're the ones that's pleasured. But I'm not trying to make this just about bottoms, but I definitely try to, you know, how it runs parallel what we do in cycle, like it's in cycles, like what goes on, the oppression. I ain't trying to play the struggle Olympics. I ain't trying to do that. But I'm just saying, I get it. I definitely want, I definitely want masculine gays to know that they're seen. Like it's okay for you to be you. At the end of the day, you're still gay. I want gay masculine gays to know, baby, you can still do 8 counts and still be masculine. Like you could say honey boo boo child, bitch, all that stuff. Roll your neck, all this good stuff, because you're still gay. You're gay, and it doesn't take away from your masculinity. Like, don't believe the hype. Fuck the hype. You are the hype. You know what I mean? And it's, I know you're still a leader too. You're still a leader. Um, I just, I don't want for gay men, whether masculine or feminine, to feel like they can't lead or be the leader. I mean, we got to stand in unity, but definitely respect each other's energies, respect each other paths, journeys, because at the end of the day, it's us. It's we. You know, we can only be the ones to save ourselves. Um, Unfortunately, I mean, we do have allies and stuff like that, but the majority of the world still see us as mental cases, you know, see us as sexual deviants, see us as public enemy number one and stuff. But you know, I definitely love to see my masculine brothers, the gay brothers, just live in their truth, being able to embrace and just embrace being gay. It's like they mask, but they can't embrace being gay. They can't, and we have a certain freedom, which when I was sitting there listening to King David and you know his homeboys and stuff like that, sit up there talking about if they embraced their femininity, how free they will be to pretty much just fag out. And um I thought about that. It's like that's true. We have more and more freedom of expression, um, in ways like not saying we don't struggle for as like dating or that type of deal, but we're able to fag out. It's common for us to fag out, but what's uncommon for is a masculine gay man being able to be gay because we put being gay in a box, and we the stereotype that gay men are feminine. What I was talking about on Black Men in the Barbershop, from a feminine perspective, but from a masculine perspective, they're not, for the most part, seen as gay, just mask, you know. And I definitely want my masculine brothers to know that it's okay. It doesn't take away from you being masculine. Cause at the end of the day, you're still gay. You could be out here and cackle with us, be just as petty and throw shade as the feminists do. For me, I've been saying for eons, girl, I want my husband to be gay, to be gay, and it doesn't take away if you bisexual, baby. If you with me, you having a gay relationship, fag out, fag out. Now we may have our preferences, you know, some people might not want, for a man to have acrylic or wear wigs or anything or what have you. But I mean, I don't never want it to be a phobe or you know what I mean. Like that's why people it's that's need to be talked about more too. But fag out, baby. Let's do 8 counts together. Cause me, I love a man with a fat ass and a fat dick to match. But like you got a big ass as a top, we won't even talk about it. But you know what I mean. As a masculine gay man. So throw that motherfucker back. I'll catch it. A lot of us will catch it, but you can't hide bits and pieces of yourself. Hiding bits and pieces of yourself. You're not with the people that are your family. You just with associates. Them people don't care about you. You with coworkers, they don't care about you like that. Soon as y'all clock out, girl, from and leave from the bar, bitch, they're going with who they deem is a real man, a real gay, they who's really what they deem is masculine, and they're gonna leave you in the dust after the pretend because you can only pretend for so long, babe. Be when you fully embrace who you are and get out there and be a leader, be a real leader, showing other masked men that, bruh, it's okay. I mean, we already gay. And something else that I won't say, I might not say it verbatim, but they said on King David Red Pill is that men, on the Red Pill podcast, the Masking Gays, definitely, definitely be like listening to, I'm trying to remember, like listening to what other feminine gays say, what they deem, masculine man to be. Masculine men react to that, um, by just being closed up, like not expressing themselves in that sense, and stuff like that. I'm trying to see, like verbatim, like I said, verbatim what they said, because I really want to say it in the way that they said it. Um, Shit, getting up in the middle of the dance floor, doing their thing. Girl, I have to. You gotta give me a moment, bitch. I'm still in, the sleep mode. But I digress, bitch. Just get out there. Get out there. Represent, like, authentically who you are. And the rest will follow. Like, but definitely go watch King David Red Pill podcast. Mask for Masked. You know, um, don't believe all the hype. Shit, you are the hype. Um, because being masked is definitely in, but let's not make it toxic, masculine. Like we healing from the movie we've been conditioned to believe our internal homophobia. Um, we need to definitely heal that in our communities, and definitely the masculine community definitely need to heal as well. We all need to be the best versions of ourselves for ourselves, and the rest will follow. Because if you're not being yourself, who the fuck are you being? The version for people that, you know, to make them happy. And that's not cool. That's very, very sad. So masculine gays, fag out. Fag out. At the end of the day, like I said, it has nothing to do with your position. People may have their preferences. We should, at this point, know what a preference versus, a phobia is. If we don't, we could talk with each other about it, or Google it and stuff like that. But masculine, you are highly, highly desirable. You're highly desirable. Be who you are. Be who you are. Represent in a way of a leader, and try your best. I'm like, definitely heal from your internal homophobia, so you won't be like the mask for mask girls that sit around and be femphobic, talking about some bullshit about, if I wanted to be with a woman, I'd be with a woman. Like, heal from your internal homophobia, because at the end of the day, you most likely a butch queen, and that's fine to be a butch queen. Okay? Stop trying to be Trey. Stop trying to be so, adjacent to hetero men, because you're not a heterosexual man. You're a gay man that is masked. And that's fine. That's fine. Don't do that to yourself, and do not blame that on us. Because you put us on a pedestal to validate your masculinity. And yes, we may, do put you on a pedestal to validate our femininity, and I definitely have played a part in that too. But like on King David Red Pill podcast, he said he take ownership. He take ownership in his part to play and stuff, and I definitely do as well. But my thing is, I've evolved. I've grown. Have you? So we need to continue to have these discussions, because I want people around me to feel comfortable, to be themselves and stuff like that. But heal, like being on a healing journey, not just sitting there falling apart and not doing anything about it. I've met so many of those people that just crash out, fall apart, but don't do anything to 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 evolve. Definitely don't be asking my questions, because I definitely be asking questions, girl. Like, okay, so we here now. So what? So what you gonna do about it? Do you have a plan? Whatever. Because I'm not gonna keep you at that point of the giving up. That's what makes you a punk, not punk. Punk. That makes you weak, a coward. Because you're gonna let life and people whoop your ass. So obviously you gave for nothing. You gave for nothing. Your gayness should give you a sense of resilience, being able to get back up, bitch, and fight. That's what I definitely put in people head. Like, not put in people head, but definitely suggest, like, tell them, like, remember who the fuck you are, because you've been through worse. You have child trauma. You have child trauma, religious trauma, all this trauma, bitch. You still here. Use your gayness. Go into that part of yourself that was in survival mode and take from it. All phases of your life is there to give you strength certain times, to show you how to be carefree certain times, to show you how to, navigate certain times. The times you were broke, show you how to stretch a motherfucking coin, bitch. Take from your past, bitch. That's why I tell people that, bitch. I don't like saying that the old me is dead, bitch. He he grows cause I grow. We might not be the same age because of the child trauma, but I'm definitely healing him, and I'm gonna heal until he done caught up with the age I am now, so we can be entirely in sync. He's not dead. We're not dead. So I'm trying to embrace all parts of myself, and I want fully to the future part of me. And when I guess it's one and done, and I have completely healed, maybe that be my expiration date when I, you know, transition into the afterlife. That's most likely when the old me will catch up to the current me, and the future me. All of us is in sync together. So yeah, pretty much being reborn, I guess. But bitch, masculine gay man, listen to me, baby. Bag out. You're 100% man. 100% gay. Embrace it. Embrace it. Love on yourself. Know that at the end of the day, you are loved. You are appreciated. Just be you. You're gay. Express your gayness. It's okay to fag out. It's okay to read down. It's okay to vogue. It's okay do everything that a gay person is supposed to. Because you being authentic to yourself draws other people that love you exactly for you. You pretending, inviting people that only see the ideal of you and stuff like that. Like, the rest will follow. You long as you be not saying that you being your authentic self, you won't attract, people that think like that and all that. I mean, you can still, but don't allow those type of people to be in your life. Go to where you're loved for you, not tolerated for what people think of you. Y'all know what I mean, bitch. Be your damn self and stuff, and don't do and make sure you heal that part. So, cause don't come over there, you know. It's okay for you to want another masculine man, but don't be all phobic to the femme for the femmes, girl. Because we have a right to be feminine, just like you have a right to express yourself as gay, just to fag out and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, we're both still gay men. It doesn't change that. It doesn't change that at all. So fag out, twerk, clap those cheeks. Hell, I want to see. Your husband want to see it. Been waiting on you to fag out with him. Been waiting for that. Like, I want a gay ass man. You know, I want that. Don't hold out on me. Give me the opportunity to see you be a gay, like gay. You supposed to be my bestie. We supposed to be able to chop it up, be petty, and stuff like that. Like, we supposed to be doing that. That's what I want to do with my friend. I met my masculine friend. gay friend wouldn't do that. Like, you shouldn't be limited to play put a place in a box. Hell, we're still abominations at the end of the day. Fag out, babe. Fag out. You what? Like, you're. Come on now. And they said what King David said, like, pretty much neither one of us are the tail in a relationship. Like, it's okay for, another one of them saying on there that, like, he loved being masked and being submissive too. Like, having a partner and he wasn't there. I mean, I was assuming he meaning that when his partner being feminine too, being able to at the end of the day be submissive in the bedroom, like, and that made me think about it. Cause he was dark chocolate with a beard. Y'all know how I feel about men with dark chocolate with a beard, and he would definitely like he worked out had a big ass chest, babe, big all over, just big. Oh, juicy ass chocolate man. But you know, being able to submit and like sharing, not having to be totally in control, like to give up that control, made me think like, hell, I ain't want to put limitations on me for as like maybe I want to put my, you know, hand around his neck, like taking, like giving, like controlling the aspect, like if I'm on top of him, you know, riding him for, you know, for dear life, girl, putting my hand around his neck, you know, you know, just just giving it, controlling it, like control, like taking control in that moment, just because he a beast and I'm, you know, I'm giving him all he needs in that moment, you know, pleasuring him, letting him feel, you know, just it's so many nuances with that, and I definitely want to do that, continue to do that until I meet that, you know, not continue because I want to be able to meet my person to do that with, like that masculinity that's in him, but him being able to submit and let me, you know, allowing me to have my moment on him and pleasure him and, you know, love on him and, you know, be his little slut, all that type of stuff. Like, it's so beautiful to you can tell when that energy, your energy is in sync. He allows you to to give it to him. You know, he relinquishes control, and it's without saying, and it kind of, you know, it does something to you. It does something to you when, you know, like, you know, a man, you know, allows you to do that. Another man allows you to just kind of like do whatever and stuff like that. It's beautiful. It's like he trusts you and stuff like that. It's like what's understood shouldn't really be explained, but y'all know what I mean. And I definitely don't want those type of limitations on what I, because I want to be like, especially because my favorite position, sexual position, um, we, you know, missionary. I love missionaries to be, you know, let him, you know, definitely, yeah, give me some sort of, I'm the girl in the moment, in the moment. I'm a bottom, of course, bitch. Not trying to do that. Y'all know, you know, contradict myself or nothing. But I love, but who don't love missionary? I love being that, and then how my G spot, it seems like it's definitely certain positions you can get to, so you can get to it. Especially if you got a certain size of meat, he get into it, and I can just that's definitely my area of expertise sexually. Because I'm definitely doing work underneath now. I ain't just sitting there. I'm very much in it. You know, I had to stop certain things because I ain't want my hookups catching feelings. That happened a few times, and I had to think about, oh my goodness, oh I didn't supposed to do this. It's definitely okay to have restrictions with a hookup because you don't want to have every hookup catching feelings for you because that can happen. Because definitely sex, it, men definitely express themselves more intimate with sex, like what's not really said, you know, that's not really said they could say during sex. Y'all know what I mean. Um, so it not they can express their feelings during sex, and you don't want to do that. Like soul ties, you don't want to soul tie to every damn body or whatever. But anyway, um, missionary for me is that position, and I want to be able to give my all to my masculine counterpart if he's masculine or whatever. I want that part to be him to be able to submit and allow me to handle, in a sense, handle that beast that's in him, you know, and eat him alive, pretty much. That's what I do. So anyway, I ain't want to get sidetracked. Masculine man, masculine gay man, girl, do you? You still mass. Don't do that to yourself. Don't bring that that straight shit over here. Don't let it fuck you up. All right now, let me go ahead and get off here. All right.